Hey guys, just a quick heads up. My mic has been acting up over these past few videos. I do not know why. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's making glitching noises and it's also like messing with the volume. So sometimes I sound loud and sometimes I sound lower. I'll try to edit them out as much as I can, but some of them still made it in because I needed some of the footage. So I apologize. Wearing a cream white sweater with this cream white background, I'm realizing that was not a good idea. I just look like a floating head right now. I'm not going to change, so whatever. FOMO, ultimately defined as the fear of missing out. Missing out on what exactly, you might be asking? Everything. Everything, life as a whole. You're just not doing enough to live, bro. YOLO, like we're all gonna die. So FOMO has usually been induced by people. People telling you to try a new food spot, go to this party, watch this movie that everybody's raving about, and if you don't do it, you're missing out on an experience. A life-changing, altering experience for that matter. And before I get into anything else, I do want to start off by saying I do understand this thought process. A lot of the time people are doing this with good intentions. Wanting people to get out of their comfort zone and try new things is important, especially in today's age where I feel like so many of us are completely avert to discomfort and confrontation and stuff like that. We don't like to experience uncomfortability, but in the very unpredictable world that we live in, we need to learn to be okay with discomfort sometimes. So trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone is a great way to do that, right? Sure, that's wholesome, perfectly fine. But then that wholesome aspect goes a little bit too far when you go from, oh, you just need to try new things, to look at how much fun I'm having traveling the world and going to clubs and parties every night, and I have my whole life together and everything is always fun. And oh wait, you're not doing those things? You're not traveling to like everywhere across no, you're not oh, you're missing out, dog. What are you doing? As long as social media has been a thing, it has always been about flexing the best parts of your life and the best parts of yourself, showing all the cool stuff that you do and that you buy and all the cool people you hang out with. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just curled up on our bed, staring at the screen in the dark, feeling left out. The whole point of it is to flaunt your fun and then get other people to want to do the same thing, even if that means you gotta fake it sometimes. FOMO is nothing new, and it is something that we have to battle every single day, both in real life and social media. But now, instead of just people doing the inducing, the social media apps themselves are helping to induce FOMO. The whole reason I wanted to make this video is because the other day I got a notification from Instagram, which was my first mistake. So I banned myself from using it, and I only use it basically to like give it out to other people to communicate with classmates if I don't want to give them my number. And I turned on the notifications so I could get messages from classmates and stuff like that. So I get a notification that says, your friends are already on threads. Sign up to see what's going on. No, I don't want to. I don't need to. Why would I do that if I can just talk to them here on Instagram, like I've already been doing, and it works just fine. I don't need to know what they're doing over on Insta and Threads and TikTok and X and Snapchat and Facebook and YouTube Shorts. Can you let me breathe?
Leave me alone!
I do not need to know what my family and friends are doing 24/7 on every platform in existence. I really do not care that much. I can give them a call or throw them a text if I really need to know that badly. And they won't just do this with people that you know. They encourage this nosiness with strangers as well. In my opinion, Pinterest is the #1 perpetrator on this, at least for me. I genuinely do love Pinterest. It is the one social media app that I don't just use as a search engine, but I use it for my genuine enjoyment, just to scroll. Scrolling through, looking at memes, funny videos. I get inspirations for my crafts and for my hairstyles there. I do get jump scared by the occasional hentai ad. Just still a little traumatized, but you know, it's fine. Although recently, I'm not gonna lie, Pinterest has been disappointing me a little bit. The algorithm isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. The ads are getting weird and out of hand. I made a whole video on that. And is it just me, or the comment sections on Pinterest have gotten really toxic recently? And I don't know why. Everybody down there is just really mean all the time for some reason. It's becoming like every other comment section in other social media platforms. And that's saddening because Pinterest never used to be like that. I don't know what's going on with the girls over there, but yeah, I need to chill out. But in my notifications, instead of there being something that's actually relevant to me, I always end up getting notifications like, hey yo, Gojo's baby daddy 247 just commented on a pin you saved. You wanna see what they wrote? You wanna check out what they're doing? You got any games on your phone? No, Pinterest. No, I don't want to see what Gojo's baby daddy 247 commented on a pin that I saved 2 months ago. At least with Instagram, it was promoting threads to me because of people I already know, okay? So I'm missing out on things that people that I know are doing. Why do I care that some random person commented on a post that I saved? It's not even my post. What am I missing out on? I'm confused. There's also a newer function on Pinterest called Shop the Look, and it allows you to know exactly what products, or at least similar products, that were used in a photo that you'll see. It's supposed to be useful in situations like like looking at a person's outfit and being like, ooh, I wonder where they got that shirt or that dress or that pair of pants or whatever. And you can see exactly where they got it from, or at least get something very similar. It makes sense in that context. It gives you easy access to see what other people have going on in their wardrobe. It's in an indirect way kind of inducing FOMO in that it lets you see what everybody else has going on so that you can also be just like them, inducing you to buy products that you probably never wanted to buy in the first place. Now, do not get me wrong. I think the function is helpful. I've used it a few times myself, and it does make shopping for particular things pretty useful. But having the app constantly bombard you with all these products after seeing somebody else use them or wear them, I feel like it can cause some unnecessary insecurities. I'm not saying I'm against advertising, especially if it is something I want. That's the point of advertising in the first place, essentially. I've bought things that I was advertised to that I genuinely enjoyed. Heck, I do sponsorships on my channel. But it's the fact that in the beginning, we probably weren't even self-conscious about our makeup style or our style in general. But it's kind of implied that you should buy those things if you want to look like the pretty girl you see on your screen. I have a personal example that happened like maybe a couple weeks ago with lip lining. There was a video of this girl who was showing her lip combo that she uses, and it was very pretty. It looked really good on her. And she in general was just a very pretty girl. I don't do lip combos. The most I use is lip gloss and chapstick, both of which I get from Dollar Tree. I don't even know how to use makeup. Yet instantly I saw her and I was like, you know what, dog, I think I gotta try this lip combo, bro. And the worst part about situations like this is that you have the logic that because it looked good on them, it's automatically supposed to look good on you. But unfortunately, and apparently that's not how the math works. Because I tried to line my lips. I tried the lip combos that all the pretty girlies be using, and I failed miserably. Y'all got me out here looking like the Joker, bro. This is not funny. That's the one thing I hate about Pinterest. I can't even lie. You try to get inspiration from good looking and pretty people and completely forget that the look is not universal. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at a hairstyle and was like, oh my goodness, that looks so pretty on her. Yeah, keyword is her. That's got nothing to do with you. And making you want things that you never really wanted in the first place isn't just exclusive to Pinterest. Again, that's just marketing in general. And as I said before, I don't think there's anything completely wrong with that. Sometimes we end up liking products so much after being advertised to us that we stick with it. I was influenced to buy the EOS lotion, like the vanilla cashmere flavor, and I use that all the time now. And it actually works really well on my skin too. But again, it's just the way that apps will try to sell you a solution to a problem that you never had in the first place. Because if not, we will be missing out on some magical experience. It's the trending thing. It's the cool thing that all the cool people are doing with their cool friends. We're being double whammied by people and then the apps to get us to do things that we never wanted to do in the first place. Just because there's a general consensus that it's fun or that it's something that you'll like, even if you know for a fact you're not gonna like it. And this happens all the time on social media and in real life. Like, have you ever been talked into something that you know for a fact you wouldn't enjoy, but you did it anyway just to see? Mainly because everybody else pressured you to do it. I had that happen to me when it came to going to prom my senior year of high school. And what's the highlight of being a senior? What? And what's the highlight of being a senior or a junior in high school? Prom. It's supposed to be the biggest event of the year, the peak of your high school career. Except it wasn't, and I couldn't care less for it because I hated parties. Now, just for the record, I don't want to dunk on prom just because I know it's kind of been trendy for people to be like, prom is so overrated. From my understanding, parties are what you make them. It's the people that make parties fun. So if you don't like parties, prom is not going to be fun for you. So while I think prom is overrated, it's just because I hate parties. So if you like parties, I suggest you go to prom. You're the one who makes it fun. You and the other people around you bring the energy, you bring the vibe. So if you don't like that environment, obviously it's not going to be very fun for you. I know myself well enough that I do not have the social battery nor the tolerance to be in an environment that is super loud, filled with a bunch of people that I don't know. And the outcome of whether or not you have a good time there solely depends on your capabilities to interact with other human beings. I know that about myself already, so I try to stay away from those environments. I don't want to make myself super uncomfortable for no reason because I'll get nothing out of this party that I was at. And I also don't want to make other people uncomfortable. I'm just me standing in the corner of the room giving everyone the bombastic side eye because I don't want to be there. Which is why I made my mind up and said I was not going to go to prom. I didn't really know anybody like that there anyway. Let's be real here. It was my first year there as a senior. Everyone's been there since like freshman year. They have their cliques, they have their little groups and their friends. Sure, I had acquaintances, I had classmates, but at the end of the day, we weren't buddy like that. So it's not like I really wanted to go with anybody or that I had anybody to go with, except for a classmate at the time who I was cool with. She was originally supposed to go with some guy that she had a crush on, but he said he wasn't going. And then he ended up going like later on, I guess, and it became like a whole, but she was gonna go by herself. And then my younger sister, who was a freshman at the time, somehow managed to make friends with like every senior in the school. I don't know how. She had a bunch of senior and junior friends who were going and she wanted to go with them too. And the underclassmen can't go to prom unless they go with a senior or a junior. So those two factors kind of pushed me to go. But it was also just the other factor that every time I told literally anybody at school that I wasn't gonna go to prom, they looked at me like I just committed a war crime. What do you mean you're not going to prom? Why? It's so fun. You should try it out. You should have fun. It's your final year, blah, blah, blah. And then of course, the cherry on top, you'll be missing out if you don't go. It's your senior year. Even my parents were questioning my want to go, which was kind of surprising to me. So on the last day of school that week, we went last minute prom shopping because the dress code for prom was Great Gatsby, except no one was dressed in the dress code. Everybody went there in just regular party dresses. So we did all that effort for nothing. And then I got there, enjoyed like the first 30 minutes maybe, got irritated. They ended up playing the same songs that you hear at every event. I didn't like it. If it's not obvious, I did not like it. I do not look back at that memory fondly. And what bothered me the most was that I knew I wasn't going to like it. I knew I was gonna hate it because I know myself well enough. But no, I wanted to listen to everybody else because they all told me, you're gonna miss out. Even though I never wanted to do it, everything is supposed to make you feel like you're always missing out on something. Even functions of apps that show you things that are trending. What is everybody else looking at? What does everybody else think? You're missing out on the hottest music that everyone's listening to. The trending movie that everyone's running to the theaters to watch. The trendiest clothes that everybody is wearing. And why are you not a part of it? It's supposed to make you feel left out, so you go looking for more. So can I get philosophical with you guys for a minute? I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder. I don't know where that would be, but like right here. Can I get philosophical with you? The more you search, the less you find an answer. Right? Tight. If you keep searching for the thing you'll like most, you're just gonna keep searching. Tight. Missing out on one thing means you're always going to be missing out on something, regardless of how much you try to look for things. Once again, I'm not saying you shouldn't explore, try new things, get yourself out there, be comfortable with uncomfortability, whatever. As a professional tryhard myself, I encourage you to do the most. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to tell them to just settle or not to look for more in life, especially if you genuinely want more. But when you do chase certain things, I just want you to take a moment to reflect as to why you're chasing it. And the answer isn't going to be one thing, of course. It can be for yourself, it can be for other people. Ultimately, we're always doing things for validation in general. The reason you'll want something is most likely because you were influenced to want it. And there's something wrong with that to a certain degree. But when you come across something that you know for a fact that you never cared to do, that you never wanted in the first place, but everyone is telling you you're missing out if you're not doing it, don't feel obligated to do it just because of the fear people try to implant into you, and that, oh, well, if you never try it, you'll never know. Because yeah, that's quite literally how everything is going to be for us. We're always going to not know if we do or don't like something. There's probably a restaurant all the way across the world that could be my favorite restaurant, but I'll never know because I'll probably never travel to get there. When you keep trying to look for the best thing, there will never be a best thing. So you're never going to be satisfied, especially if it's something that you never actually wanted in the first place. It's trying to fix a problem that didn't exist. And it can cause us to be greedy in a way, to never be grateful, because we're always being exposed to the possibility that there might be something out there that we like more. It's not even a guarantee, it's more a gamble than anything. And if there's anything I learned in psychology as a psych student, we are really, really bad at gambling. Having a want for something induced in you can blind you from all the things that are making you happy now. And those are things we never even really wanted until somebody planted the idea in our head. But it's just something to think about the next time you're doom scrolling on whatever app you decide to doom scroll on. Be a little bit more aware and intentional with the things that you want, not because you were told that you want them. Because sometimes all we need in life are the friends we made along the way. All right, I'm gonna go kill myself. All right, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.